She was raped by 8 men for 2 hours. Bro, some of these things, and India is known for rape and whatever. So for girls, they have pretty ladies around here, I've seen some of the ladies. The ladies are pretty. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I would date an Indian, definitely. I would like to see, somebody in a sari. That's something nice, to see the Punjabi, the Punjabi dress.
Yeah.
The turban and the long thing. That stuff is cool. They want you to know their culture. They want to invite you to their homes. Somebody invited me to their state. Somebody said, I'll book for you a ticket and you come to my state.
So can you introduce yourself and let everyone know who you are?
My name is Paul Michael and I'm from South Sudan.
Okay, that's good. So you're an international student here in India, right?
Yes, international student.
Okay, so let's start with the university first. How is your experience generally studying in this college?
To be honest, it's not what I expected it to be. Why? Because, it's more theoretical. We do not have a lot of practice. As an engineer, I do electrical engineering. We do not have a lot of practice. We have so many lectures, and I don't think it's only in my department. Yeah. We have so many lectures. We always leave classes at 4. You do not have time, to do your own work and progress in your career. No. You only do what the school has for you, which is kind of on the downside, but yeah, it is what it is.
Seeing that there's so many international students that are here in Chanika University, right? That means there should be a lot of diversity. True. How is the experience interacting with other, people from different nationalities in Africa and also in Asia here?
It's quite interesting, What I know, especially from the Indians, they want you to know their culture. They want to invite you to their homes. Somebody invited me to their state. Somebody said, I'll book for you a ticket and you come to my state. So it's nice. And then to be with the other, let me say, Africans and other Asians, there are Germans here, Mexicans.
Oh, okay.
So it's interesting to know how they speak, to see their lifestyle, their dressing. Yeah, it's interesting. I like it here.
Would you say maybe there's somehow some form of cultural clash that's there since all of you come from different backgrounds? Do you feel like you clash sometimes with those different nationalities that are there?
Yes, we do. One, since this is India, let me start with the Indian culture. When a teacher enters a class, it's university, bro, and people, stand up. Yeah. People stand up. We don't do that. For us, we like the way you respect the teacher is different. The professors, you keep seated, don't make noise, just chill. You're there to study. Relax. But here, people make noise. They shout stupid things. Somebody's going out to get water and all that. Yeah. And then secondly, it's the food. Some Africans do not like Indian food. Also, I can say this is for majority, even the neighboring countries, the Bangladesh people, Nepali, they don't like it in a certain way. They say it's not cooked the way it's cooked in our country. This is not like this. Yeah. These are the few differences, but mostly it's in a good way. The dressing. I would like to see, somebody in a sari. That's something nice, to see the Punjabi, the Punjabi dress.
Yeah.
The turban and the long thing. That stuff is cool.
Okay. I mean, that's awesome. So you talked about Indians at some point.
Yeah.
So since we are in India, I would like to know, how is your interaction with Indians specifically?
It's a very good experience. It's a very good experience. One, most people don't know how to handle a social life. Some people take it the wrong way. When I came here, the first thing I did was to ask, why do you do this? There's a friend I had, I would ask every time, why do they always take pictures of Africans? I've seen many Africans have complained, about this. Why do they always take pictures? Why do they always ask you, bro, where are you from? All these questions. And I was told they're just intrigued. They're just intrigued. In Uganda, when people see a white person, they say Muzungu. Muzungu means white person. Like, hey, look at that Muzungu, You're also impressed, or let me say you're intrigued. Like, hey, there's a white guy in our country. What's a white guy doing here? Same thing. They see black people and they're like, hey bro, where are you from? Even if they don't know where your country is. I'm from Zimbabwe. Somebody says, I'm from Zimbabwe. They even pronounce it wrong. And they're like, Zimbabwe. Then you ask, like, you know where that is? It's in South Africa, right? Is it wrong state? But yeah, it's just they're intrigued. They want to know where you're from. They want to know what you do. And some people take this the wrong way because they're asked a lot. They get a lot of these questions and it pisses them off. But to me, it's nice. I know people want to know. So you tell them a little bit of something, engage in the conversation, take it out of the normal. It's just, hey, where are you from? What? Okay, fine, you go away. You can also ask back, tell them something. I'm from this place, we speak Telugu, I'm from here. Our city is actually different from Punjab and Chandigarh. Somebody will tell you it's too hot here, that side it's not. So you get to know something. You just have to engage in a better way. I believe that's all.
Okay, that's interesting. So, talking about interactions, right? Have you ever dated anyone since you've came here to India?
Actually, I didn't want to engage in that since I came here because for some reason, since high school, I don't like to date somebody in my school because it causes me stress.
Right.
Yeah, girls like a lot of attention. You're moving home. Where are you? Let's go out. Let's do this. That stuff disturbs me. So I prefer getting somebody far away so that I can have my time. You give them one reason and they accept. I'm kind of busy with this and this. All right, they call you next week. Life is good, man. Life is good.
I mean, that's cool. And then, given the chance, right? Let's say you are ready to finish school, to finish college. Would you be in a relationship with an Indian?
Given the chance?
Yes.
I mean, it's good, yeah. They have pretty ladies around here, I've seen some of the ladies. The ladies are pretty. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I would date an Indian, definitely.
Don't you think maybe like there will be cultural differences since you're coming from different backgrounds? How would you tackle those problems? Do you think you'd be prepared to face all of that?
The cultural differences are there, but I have been with a few Indian friends. In Uganda, the school I was in, Makerere College, some of my friends were Indians, and then we used to chill, chop class together. So I know a little bit, even some of the foods before I came here. Pani puri, the thing with water inside, whatever, the sauce. I've been with some of the Indians, so I can handle. What I know is, like I said before, it's interesting to know. I prefer also asking back. I don't just allow one-way communication where they're the ones talking and I'm giving little feedback. So I make it also interesting by engaging with them, and I think something can happen.
Okay. That's good. And then as an international student, particularly from South Sudan, do you say you face any struggles being here in India?
Yes. Temperature. One.
Okay.
One is the temperature. It's hot, but it's also hot in South Sudan. Right now, there is a heat wave. Schools have been shut down. It's 45 degrees in South Sudan right now. Same thing happens in India in the summer. It's very hot, but what makes it difficult is the changes. We have been in winter. It's very cold. You're from using your blanket. One day you wake up, very different situation. It's like you're not in the same country. Blazing hot. You see the trees are moving. Bro, there's no movement in summer. Trees are still. This grass is gone. So that kind of temperature change, I'm not used to it. Uganda in South Sudan, it's constant. I've studied from Uganda as well. It's a constant temperature. It's near the equatorial line. So it's constant temperature, and that's the good thing here. And then the other thing I've faced is also with the people. Sometimes it's hard to communicate with Indians, For some reason, I don't even know what the reason is. It's just hard, to communicate some things. Maybe it's the understanding, you talk some things, they fail to understand. You tell them something, they also fail to, and you're like, you know what? Let it just rest. You end it there. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's most of my difficulties here.
Okay, that's good. And then, would you recommend someone from your country to come and visit India here?
Definitely.
Okay. Why?
Definitely. Sometimes I wouldn't, but I would, because India is diverse. It's very big. I have a list of places I want to visit in India. There's Gujarat, there is Goa, I've been to Manali, I want to go back again. Shimla, the place is nice. But then some parts in India also have a very high crime rate. And I don't like that life of crime. You go somewhere, like recently, the woman that was raped by 8 men. Do you know about that?
What happened?
Something happened. I don't know. It was a foreigner. They had her pictures from, I think, Iraq or Afghanistan. She posted with some soldiers. They were saying, in Afghanistan, nothing happened. In Iraq, nothing happened. Here, nothing happened. But in India, somebody said, I saw a comment that she was raped by 8 men for 2 hours. Bro, some of these things, and India is known for rape and whatever. So for girls, I wouldn't encourage them to come to some places in India. But I will not say don't come to India, because it's still a great country.
Okay.
It's a good place to be in.
Okay. I mean, that's great. So the last question that I have for you, can you just share one thing that you feel like is unique in India, or about India actually? One thing Indians have that you feel like is unique, you don't find it anywhere else, but only Indians possess that quality, or it could be anything.
One unique thing I have seen since I came, it's the hardworking Indians. Because I've been in Africa, I've been to a few places, so I've not seen a lot, but Indians are very hardworking. These 2 buildings were put up in 1 year. These 2 hostels.
Okay.
There's a building right now they are putting this side. The foundation was put in literally a week.
Wow.
The digging, the cement foundation, these civil engineers know what they're talking about, but it's some serious work, bro.
Okay.
They dig stuff, they put it back, they can level this ground in ways you can't even imagine, bro. I've seen work happen here at the highway. They literally constructed this highway when I came here in 2021. So such projects, from where I'm from, take years. Here it takes them weeks. So they are so hardworking. It's one thing I have seen. They do everything seriously. They are good with IT, they are good with their construction, electrical work, computer. They are I think, 3rd largest economy. I think that's the reason. They are very, very hardworking.
I mean, that's great. So yeah, pretty much that's all I had to ask you today. Thank you so much.
Gracias.